This tutorial is for 2nd grade, Module 5, Lesson 2. In this lesson, we're going to use number bonds to help us decompose numbers and then add. My first problem is 340 plus 300. I'm going to decompose 340 as 340. What that allows me to do is add my 300 to the other 300 mentally to get 600 and then add the 40. The total then is 640. When I add 140 to 500, I'll decompose the 140 to 140. Again, I'm going to mentally add the 100 to the 500 to get 600 and then add 40 more for a total of 640. Here I'm going to decompose the 374 into 374. I'll mentally add 400 plus 300, which is 700, and then add the 74 for a total of 774. And here I have 274 plus 500. That would be 274 when decomposed. I'll add the 200 to the 500 to get 700, and then 74 is also 774. The next problem, I have 571. I'm going to decompose that to 571. My final answer is 871. Well, I can see where I got the 71 from. That's from this part of the number bond. So I have to add something to 500 to get the 800 part of my sum. Well, 500 plus 300 gives me the 800. So 571 plus 300 gives me 871. In the next question, I've started with some number, added 349 to it to get 749 as the sum. I'll break 349 down into 349. Again, I can see where we got the 49. That came from that part of the number bond. I need 7 hundreds altogether. I have 300s, which means I need to add 400 to that. 400 plus 349 is 749. This section says to fill in the blank to make true number sentences, use place value strategies or number bonds to solve. So I'll show these in a couple of different ways. Question A says 200 more than 389 is blank. Well, if I'm going to add 2 more hundreds onto 389, that would give me 589, so 589. Here, 300 more than some number is 568. If I decompose 568 into 568, I know that the number I add 300 to has to end in 68. And in order to get 500, I needed 200 to start with. 300 more than 268 is 568. 400 less than 867 can be looked at as taking 4 hundreds away from the 800s that are already there. If I take 4 of them away, that leaves 4 hundreds. So the answer is 467. And my last question, some number less than 962 is 262. Well, the only thing that changed there would be my hundreds place. I started with 900s and I took away some of those hundreds and I ended up with 200s. So 9 minus 7 would give me 2. So if I say 700 less than 962, that puts me at 262.